luck, everybody. I'm excited to have you over here today at this timber frame barn. This is a barn that we restored. We've worked on it for the past 2.5 years. And the barn was originally built in 1810, and it stood just down this snowy field down here for its first 200 years. And this past summer, we re-erected it after working on it for a year, restoring the frame. Really good, cool, awesome American history here. This barn was homesteaded by a gentleman named Aaron Hall, who enlisted in the glorious cause, if you will, the American Revolution in 1777, and had the opportunity, if you will, to serve alongside George Washington for the next 4 years. So we bring you here today because this is where we're teaching class this year. So if you want to follow me inside, we'll head up inside and we'll show you some good stuff up in there. So here we are up inside of Aaron Hall's barn where we're going to teach this year's class. And I wanted to bring you guys inside just for a quick visit so you'd have an idea of where you were going to be learning this year. And I guess I thought I'd start out right here with this. I actually call it a ship's keel. It's a natural shaped branch from a cherry tree that actually came down in an ice storm a couple of winters ago. And actually this post here is from a tie beam from a timber that was from a barn built in 1740. As you can see in the background over here, we put a similar fireplace over here at Aaron Hall's barn as to what we have back in our shop in Northford. And once again, we tried to capture the idea of a blacksmith's forge and give it some unique appearance. You'll notice that the brownstone up in here were actually part of the original foundation from this barn. So what you're going to learn at class this year is to use many different kind of woods. You're going to learn to use cherry and oak and hemlock and pine and maple, and we try and impress on new students to use what's local to them. Timber framing is much like a big tree fort. So again, talking about being a furniture maker or having imagery and vision, having the idea that a timber frame can have a little pizzazz to it. It's something that you can do yourself too, that you can put your own artistry and things from the woods, and you can impose your own personality in your timber frame once you learn how to lay out the joinery correctly and understand what you're doing. I think another interesting architectural piece is we have a cherry doorpost here where one of the guys has carved, actually hand-carved 18th century pinwheels. So these were all carved by hand. I believe there's 49 of them. And you would have found this as a simple embellishment on an 18th century candle box or a highboy draw front. So we try and take our timber framing to a different level. But I don't explain this to you to intimidate you at all, because this is our work. You guys are going to learn to do from the very foundation, from the ground up. You're going to learn how to do stuff the right way for yourself, and you'll be able to involve and integrate other different ideas like this that can help give your building a very unique appearance. Also wanting to show you this curved cherry brace, which is a piece of quilted cherry, and the grain in this thing is just phenomenal. This is the natural shape of the branch, and part of the pleasure for us doing this project was, you know, this timber, this free-form cherry brace is carefully mortise and tenon inscribed into this 200-year-old white oak post. So as you can see, it's a real union of the past and the present, and it gives you a good feeling to know that you can save some of our country's rich architectural history as well as agricultural history and give it a second life. and give it a second chance. But as I stand in this corner of the barn right now, at this end of the barn, I need to tell you that this building is 60 feet long. It's actually a huge building. It's 3 floors. It's 5,400 square feet. And we should have room for 30 or 40 students this year. As I mentioned, we've been timber framing since 1975. And this summer we're actually going to do our 45th timber frame. And the corner of a barn with a 2-piece staircase like this is one of our trademarks, to have a 2-piece staircase. It's really a neat thing to do. This is just a temporary construction staircase. We'll have something better looking than this in here when it goes on to its permanent life. But this is always my favorite, one of my favorite views in a timber frame, because the 2-piece staircase comes together and it just kind of reveals the way all the posts come together in the corner here. And this is fabulous what's going on up here. Once again, we've got a brand new oversized girt with race knife marks on it. This is white oak. This is brand new. This is a 200-year-old corner post. So we've redesigned this building for its new life and given it a second chance, otherwise it would have been destroyed. And we're able to capture so much of the original building. This building is, it's an architectural gem. As I stand here next to these angled queen posts, you'll see you can actually walk underneath them. And this is such a unique construction to have these angled queen posts like this. Once again, you can get an idea for how big it is here. And at class this year, we hope to be able to actually have students, timber frame inside the building here. So there'll be a group of students timber framing up here, and a group of students timber framing downstairs. And we're hoping for a good spring this year in Connecticut, so we can work outside too. So you can find all the information that you need about attending our class this year on the web, and you'll find us at northfordtimberframers.com, and that's Northford, N-O-R-T-H-F-O-R-D, Timber Framers, northfordtimberframers.com.